This is Taycheedah, Wisconsin. It is a town in Fond Du Lac County. Population is 3,666. Ooh, 666. At the 2000 census, so that's been a while. There's the Taycheedah Correctional Facility. We are going to be talking about an event that took place at the Taycheedah Correctional Institution. There it is right there. The racial makeup of the village, 99.18% white, 0.33% African American, 0.11 Native American, 0.16 Asian, 0.05 from other races, and 0.46 two or more races. Hispanic or Latino was 0.71. There were 1,319 households, out of which 37.1 had children under the age of 18 living with them. 77.0% were married couples living together. 4.2 had a female householder with no husband present, and 16.2% were non-families. The median age is 40 years old. Median income for a family, $65,050. Males had a median income of $41,237 versus $26,377 for females. All right, so what is this here? College? St. Mary Springs Academy. Okay, yeah, there's a football field right there. I'm coming up to Highway 23. About 2.5% of families and 2.6% of the population were below the poverty line, including 2.6 of those under age 18 and 3.1 of those age 65 or older. Notable people. There's one. You know how I am with politicians, so we won't mention them. If I would go straight under the overpass, that would be Fond Du Lac, going into Fond Du Lac. We are not going into Fond Du Lac today. Now, a little tidbit about the Taycheedah Correctional Institution is that it's, well, as of 2006, it is the largest women's prison in Wisconsin, holding 700 incarcerated women. So this is Taycheedah, and there's Lake Winnebago. What is this right here? Like a little pavilion? Yeah, I guess so. Little pavilion. So this must be the main area. This is Roosevelt Park right here. Let's turn in here. Let's park our car. Look at that beautiful Lake Winnebago. It's an interesting tree right there on the south end of Lake Winnebago. I have talked about Lake Winnebago a bunch of times. There's a road trip that I did around Lake Winnebago probably 3-4 years back in my playlist. If you want to check it out, I hit all the towns and cities. The reason we're here in Taycheedah is because of a incident that happened here involving Lawrencia or Lawrencia Bembenek. She was accused and actually convicted of first-degree murder in 1982 of killing the then husband of hers, Alfred Schultz. She was accused of killing his ex-wife, Christine Schultz. Christine Schultz was killed on May 28, 1981. She was shot to death. There are lots of people who lots of theories out there that the husband did it, the ex-husband did it, or had somebody do it, and they framed Lawrencia Bembenek. She was sentenced to prison in 1982, and it was a big story here in Milwaukee, in Wisconsin. I lived in Milwaukee at the time, and I actually lived near the area. I lived about 7 blocks away from the wig shop that she bought a wig from that was Supposedly they found remnants of that wig at the house, and that's what they pinned her on. It garnered national attention during the trial. She was convicted to life in 1982, life sentence. But in 1990, she escaped with the help from her fiance, Dominic Gugliatto. She escaped from the Taycheedah Correctional Institution here. And they were on the run for 3 months. They were caught in Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada. There were lots of books written about her, movies, and there was a slogan too called Run Bambi Run, because a lot of people thought that the husband had something to do with it and not her, and that she was framed. So they caught her in 1990 after they escaped for 3 months. She won a new trial. She pleaded no contest to second-degree murder. Ballistic tests had appeared to establish her husband's gun as the murder weapon, and she had access to it. A lot of people, probably to this day, still think that the ex-husband did something, had some role in it. In December 1982, Bembenek was sentenced to time served and 10 years probation. For years, she sought to have her sentence overturned. There was some really crazy stuff that happened to her. 2 years after gaining freedom, in November 1992, she moved to Vancouver, Washington, where her parents lived. She worked at volunteer and paying jobs and married again. In 2002, she either fell or jumped from a second-story window, breaking her leg so badly that it had to be amputated below the knee. She claimed that she had been held in an apartment by handlers in preparation for appearing on the Dr. Phil television show. A spokesman for the show said they intended to protect her from media harassment. Bembenek said that confinement felt too much like her time in solitary in prison. She tried to escape and suffered the injury. She did sue Dr. Phil, Paramount, and 52 staffers from the show. So she passed away in 2010. She had liver and kidney failure. But that was a big thing here in Wisconsin, and like we said, national news. Back in 1990 when she escaped from Taycheedah Correctional Facility. And when they caught her, she had her hair dyed and everything else, and it was weird. It was crazy, but it happened here. Oh, there's the sign. Taycheedah Unincorporated. Okay. So here we are. This must be the downtown area of Taycheedah. There's a bar. 3 sheets. I don't know about you, but I'm 3 sheets. They have a gas station here at Taycheedah. It's probably going to be cheap. No, it's actually more. It's $3.84. I paid $3.81 in Wacusta. Glad I got it in Wacusta. So that must have been the downtown area of Taycheedah. You know, between Lawrencia Bembenek and Jeffrey Dahmer, the early 90s were quite busy here. As far as crime and stuff in Wisconsin. And I lived in Milwaukee at the time. And yes, it was crazy. Going back to the Dahmer thing, I didn't catch the beginning of it, but I was watching it on like ABC News, World News Tonight or something like that, and they were bringing those barrels of stuff out of his apartment, and I was like, where the heck is this happening? And then he said Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I was like, what? Peebles, unincorporated area of Peebles. I don't know anything about Peebles. Just fair. So Peebles doesn't have any information or anything. This is a kind of neat little area here, though. Oh, check out that gas pump. That's nice. Look at that thing. Sky Chief Texaco. Very nice. 32 cents a gallon. Man, I should have got gas here. Very cool. St. Peter, Wisconsin. Just saw the welcoming sign back there. The interesting thing about St. Peter is that I can't find a darn thing about this place either. I don't know whether it's unincorporated. St. Peter unincorporated. Another unincorporated area. These houses have a really nice view. We're up on a hill overlooking Lake Winnebago. You know, these unincorporated towns, you can find some pretty interesting stuff. Not always, but you won't know unless you go, right? Yeah, I would have to say this is like the downtownish area. That's a neat building. What is this building here? It says close, whatever it was. That's kind of cool. Kind of a cool building there. It must be residences now, or a residence, but it must have been a restaurant, supper club, bar, something at one point. And there's a church. St. Peter Church. Maybe this is what this was built around the church. I don't know. They have a nice little baseball field here. Oh, the Whiskey Dick's Saloon. And a Harley Davidson. It's coming back into St. Peter from the east. That is a really neat sports athletic complex there. Very nice. And again, a Harley, a Harley dealership. Then you've got your Tolkien bar, the Whiskey Dick's Saloon. So we're going to turn here because there is apparently another town near here. Okay, what do we know about Silica? But it's unincorporated, and they have a sign. So it's right outside of St. Peter. There's a sign. Bet you they got a bar, though. Silica. And they do. They've got a bar. It is called the Silica Pub. Aptly named. And something here on the left. Office space. Okay, well that's it for Silica. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed these unincorporated towns.